Hi, I'm Katie from What Katie Did, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2020. We made it. Not only is it the beginning of a new year, but it's also the beginning of a new decade. And whether you had a great 2019, an indifferent 2019, or an awful 2019, now's the time to start afresh and put your plans into action. If you're into astronomy, it's actually the very first few months of 2020 are very inspiring and look very, very good. So it's definitely the stars are on our side for 2020. For the last few weeks, I've been hinting about some changes at What Katie Did, and I'm now going to do the big reveal, but I want to tell you a bit about the backstory first, because it wasn't like we woke up one day and it's like, this is what we're going to do. It kind of evolved over a number of months, and all these things kind of gelled together, and in the end it was like, yes, we'll go for it. So at the probably around March time, we had a meeting with our accountant, and he said that yes, we're doing really well, and we have been doing great for the last few years, but unless we do something completely different or really shake things up, we're not going to go like woo. We're just going to carry on as we are, which is, it's a healthy business, but it's not going to make any amazing changes. So that was the first trigger, and I didn't really think of anything of it at the time because I didn't have any ideas. But looking back on it, that was kind of the first nudge. Then in March, sorry, not in March, in May, a friend of mine who makes clothing, she had issues with her factory. So I introduced her to our factory in India, and she started manufacturing there as well. So it's introducing people to other people and other companies, and that kind of comes into the story at the end. And then I can remember doing a video at Newbury. There's a show, Retrofest, at Newbury in Berkshire, and I went there. And if you look back, I did a video about that, and I said, with lingerie, you have to be totally into vintage to spend the money on the lingerie. It really is the icing on the cake. And if I came back in a next life, I'd do something a little bit easier, or what I envisaged to be easier, like, clothing or jewelry or something like that. And then I had a tarot reading with my good friend Irwin, who runs the company Celtic Cartomancy, and I'll put a link below. But she did my reading, and she said she was similar to what the accountant said, is that what Katie did was very, very successful, but she could see that it had kind of run its course, and that we'd be going in a different direction. And I thought that meant really my YouTube videos, because at the back of my head, I was figuring that with my YouTube videos, if I keep building them up and building them up, then if by the time I'm an old lady, I can hopefully monetize them and make money on the back of YouTube. And that was kind of at the back of my head, building the videos up. But I spoke to her about that recently, and she said, no, it's nothing to do with YouTube at all. It was definitely something to do with manufacturing. And then, of course, I've been discussing with my husband, Richard, about our attic situation, and I've been collecting vintage clothes for nearly 30 years now, and I'm lucky enough to have an attic, but it's pretty stuffed full of vintage dresses. And one of the reasons we went to Retrofest in Newbury, as we have been discussing over the last few years, is to have a little store there to sell all our vintage clothing, because we really need to do something with it. And one morning I woke up and it kind of all came together, and I thought we should do dresses. And I've got all these dresses in the attic. We've already got you guys who we know buy dresses from other people and clothing from other people. It's something I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy vintage fashion, obviously. And also me introducing my friend to our factory earlier this year, they started making dresses for her. So they'd also done the research and were really ready to go. So I was playing around with designs and everything for the latter parts of this year, and very early December I went out to India to our factory, and we made our first samples. And if you look back on the videos over the last few weeks, if you look closely, it'll be credited as dressed by What Katie Did. And this is one of our dresses. This is an exclusive print of ours, which I'm really excited about. This is a sample size, and I'm not a sample size, so it's a bit too small. But I have been wearing our other pieces in other videos, which fit perfectly. And this is really my favourite design, and I'm a bit annoyed that I don't have it in my size yet. But we just got it in model sizes because it's more important to have it in the model sizes. And we shot our outfits on Audrey Hipton just this Monday, and everything fitted like a glove and it looked amazing. And what's really exciting is that the outfits have been designed specifically to go with the lingerie. So we've done this wrap top, and it just looked perfect with our bullet bra, because you get the perfect points of projection and everything, the perfect neckline, and it just looked absolutely amazing. And then we've got this one, which is more of a 30s line, which we shot with our corselet, which you need a smooth line all the way underneath. And of course we've got skirts which you need a cincher for and things like that. But it's very much been designed as being, it can be worn with or without shapewear, but it's very much designed from the lingerie up. As Christian Dior said, you can't have fashion without foundation, and we're building the fashion from the foundation up. So that is the big news, and we're going to be releasing our first pieces in the next few weeks. The easiest way to keep up to date with what we're doing is to sign up to our newsletter, because people on our email newsletter are always the first to know. But also we keep an eye on our social media, and we'll be giving hints and previews there. And hopefully by Valentine's Day, we'll actually have some stock, and you'll be able to see exactly what we're doing. If you do have any questions about What Katie Did, please get in touch. And in the meantime, please take care, and I'll catch up with you soon. Happy New Year.